Tell us about meeting Kenya Barris.
We were doing a show for BT, the Diggy Simmon Project. It was called The Startup. Yeah, shout out Diggy. What up? Diggy. Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, it's a good dude.
Chris Brew too. He was on the show. Tiana Taylor as well. We were doing that show, and I remember showing him a short film that I wrote, directed, and produced, and I gave it to him. I didn't think he was gonna even like look at it. I just gave it to him just to say I gave it to him. I did my part. I was like, all right, I gave it to him. He ain't gonna never. And he came back in my trailer maybe 30, 40 minutes later and came. He was like, what are you doing? I said, what you mean? He's like you need to take this. He's like, I didn't even know you did dramatic work for one. And he's like, you wrote, produced, directed. He was like, how much you spent on this? I spent $500. He's like, my belt cost $500. He's like, yo, you really need to take this serious. And I'm like, nah, man, what you talking about, man? Like, I'm here because of my acting ability. Like, you know me because of that. Let me do work, right? So while we're shooting this, he begins to talk about this idea he has. He's like, man, I'm thinking about doing a show about my family. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. A couple weeks go by. Yeah, man. I got Anthony a part of it. Lawrence Fishburne a part of it. Like, we about to start pitching it out. Okay, a couple more, like maybe a week go by. Like, man, every network wants it. I'm like, okay. He's like, man, you think I should go with, ABC, FX? I was like, man, go with ABC. Not to say that I was the driving point of the decision. We asked my opinion. And then fast forward 8 months later, I see his life change. His entire life changed in 8 months. I'm walking through his, compound. He got 50 employees at the Disney lot. We walk into his office, and it was probably the greatest thing I ever saw in my life. Wow. The greatest thing I ever saw in my life. And
because you saw it from the seed.
I saw it from the seed, and also I didn't know, writers was getting it like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, he'd be like, yeah, we be at Clipper games because he's a Clipper guy. So, and it's Lakers all day. He's a Clipper guy. He got the Rolex. Like, and I'm like seeing them Rolexes and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, only rappers got a Rolex. Like, wait a minute, rappers act like no, writers is getting it. And I was like, oh. Okay. And then when I saw that happen with the show, I was like, oh man, let me go ahead and get to it.
Get to the pen.
Yeah, let me go ahead and get to the pen.
Let me put this pen to this paper.
And a year and a half later, that's when I was writing for Survivor's Remorse. So he ignited the writer in me. And it's for one sole reason. It's that physical representation is as important as air to an artist. Being able to see someone that looks like you, sound like you, do something that you want to do is like it's mind blowing. It's like a chemical thing that sets off in you.
That's right.
That you can't deny. You can't deny seeing someone do something, and then when they look and sound like you, like he's from I believe Inglewood. Okay. And what's fascinating is this. What's always fascinating, like things that he does, I love, admire, and watch, and and am humbled to be family to him, and a friend, and to watch. Like, he's tatted from neck to knuckle. Okay. Nobody even sees that. Right. And I remember
you're right, because I've seen pictures of him, and
nobody even sees that. Yeah. Nobody sees that because he's bigger than that. Who he is as a person, you don't even acknowledge that. And that's the representation that I love. I want to represent. Like, I try not to dress any different than when I dressed back in the hood. I want to be able to show the kids that when I was growing up, the doughboys around the neighborhood, they had all the cars, they had all the chicks, they had all the jewelry, they had all the clothes, but they did it a certain way. I'm gonna pull up in that with the replicas. I have an '86 Camaro at the house right now that I bought because that's what the doughboy had in my neighborhood. But I bought it from writing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I want to be able to show those same kids in the hood that, look, you ain't gotta switch it up. You ain't gotta deny who you are or your culture to be able to be successful. And that's what that physical representation. I mean, that's what he represents to me. And he did I think it was Hollywood or Variety. He did a cover, and this was fascinating to me. Like, he did a cover, and it was about the like top execs, the new generation or whatever. I forgot the cover, but everybody was it was him and, you know, 3 other white execs. They were all in suits. He was in a hoodie and Jordans. Like that right there is powerful.
Yeah.
To me, because I'm coming from the hood and that's how we dress.
Right.
But it's being, I guess, changing the narrative is everything to me. Being that, yeah, you may see and look and be like, oh, that's a thug. But no, that's a writer.
What we done started. Look at what we done started. This the people party. When opportunity knock it, then young nigga move that door. Whoa, get your foot stuck, get it, call me young, go get it.